BJ, we watch a lot of movies.
We do, actually.
I think I found the special gem of the fall movie season. I'm really excited to talk about it.
I'm excited to hear it.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
I got to see Instant Family at a press screening, and right up top before I get into the info, I saw the trailer. And I know a lot of you guys saw the trailer, and you were like, "What?"
Yeah.
You're like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Buckle up, because this is actually this was a big surprise for me. This was
You texted me after the movie.
I think I texted, wow,
yeah.
You should take. I was
Wow.
like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, take everyone you know to go see this.
Yeah.
But this movie is directed by Sean Anders and is written by Sean Anders and John Morris and stars Rose Byrne, Mark Wahlberg, Isabela Moner.
I always pronounce it Isabela Moner.
There you go. And Octavia Spencer. So it's got a pretty cool
great.
cast. Isabela Moner, she was in Transformers 5, the one with the medieval knights.
Yeah, and she was also in Sicario 2. And I
action.
think she's also going to be Dora Explorer.
She
Dora
is.
Explorer, yeah.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for her. But the synopsis reads as follows. A couple finds themselves in over their heads when they adopt 3 children. So this movie is centered around a young couple, Rose and Mark. They're doing very well for themselves.
Yeah.
I think they're basically based off the fixer-upper couple. Like they're like one person's the interior designer, one person builds the house, and like they're very well off.
Yeah.
And it's actually I like the setup because it starts off with like, this is spoiler free by the way, but it starts off with Mark Wahlberg being like kind of like talking about like what they're gonna do next. Like some of their family's gonna have a baby, and they're like he makes an offhand comment about like adopting a kid.
Yeah.
And like you can see it like click in her eyes for a second, like he doesn't see it, but it clicks in her eyes. And when they go home, or when he comes home, she's like crying at the computer looking at foster kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're not supposed to look. It's like, well, you don't go into a pound, you can't do that. Like as soon as you see him, you're gonna feel awful, and you're gonna adopt like 30 puppies. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And then he ends up looking. And then you get sucked in, and that's when the adventure starts. And you find out, and it really dives into in a Hollywood version of this, of what it's like to be a foster parent, what it takes. That you actually have to go through classes. You have to know what it's like to deal with kids who have been through more traumatic scenarios than having your own kid or whatnot. And like you learn CPR, and it's also. You get a great moment of seeing what it's like to adopt these kids.
Shouldn't you train normal parents for that stuff? Shouldn't there be like?
You're not wrong.
You have to go through more work to become an adoptive parent than to own a gun. What the hell, man?
It was very interesting to learn, and also the way you go about adopting foster kids, or a way you can go about it, is it leads to some good jokes. It's very funny the way they set it up. But they end up adopting 3 children. One's a teenager. There's a middle child, a boy who's about 10 years old, and they have a younger daughter. And it's great because Isabela is the oldest daughter, and she's 15, and she's basically been raising these kids. And there's a great joke in the movie about like. And she's great at getting the kids to like listen, and they're like when they're brought home, the younger kids are a little bit rowdy, and when they go to try to talk to Octavia Spencer, these parents about like what should they do, and it's like, well, talk to Isabela, she raised them, but also she's a 15-year-old, so she's not a parent, she's an idiot. She's like, but should we listen to her? It's like, yes. Be like, but we should still be her parent, right? It's like, yes. And it's like it's just so complicated, it's not easy. And the movie does what I love about this movie, which is what snuck up on me and made me really love it. It's that it treats it. It's really respectful to foster parents and just the struggles that you'd go through, even in a condensed movie version of this. Like these kids have been through so much, but you're their parents, and like you need to be the parents, and like they could throw stuff back at you, they can be difficult, but at the end of the day, these kids want to be loved, they want to be kids, and and that's going to be you're reverse engineering falling in love with a kid, and them falling in love with you and learning to trust you, because a lot of things in their life tells them not to do that. And so at times you're like Isabela's character, you're like, listen here, you little shit. And it's like, you understand it, but also you understand why she would be acting out, like why she's going to create how her life's going to run, because she's had to. Like, why is she going to listen to these people now who these people have abandoned her time and time again? And it dives into like, what if you're a foster parent and the real parents show up? What do you do about that? Emotionally, what do you go through? And it's really trying. I definitely teared up many times in this movie, and the movie it's a cool way to display like the magic of being like a foster parent, like a good foster parent, and like helping these kids out and giving them a family that like loves and supports them. Man, I'm gonna tear up if I keep talking about it, I'll be honest, but like we like to do 3 positives, negative. 3 positives. The cast is really good. I think Mark Wahlberg Wahlberg really enjoys working with Isabela. So and they have a really good dynamic. And Rose Byrne, like you pointed out before we started, she's doing a lot of comedies recently.
Yeah,
and
ever since Bridesmaids, I think she's really good at it.
She really shines, and so does Mark. And also they get really good like dramatic moments as well. And that cast, that's number one. Also, the story as a whole, them being as honest about the process of being a foster parent, or becoming them, or in the midst of it. It's so awesome because also there's a support group throughout the movie where all the parents that were in the group together, that were trained together, they can come like once a week or once every couple weeks, you're not sure, and they can talk about what's happening and like be truly honest about like, I hate my kid. Like I'll be like honest, like I hate them. Like they're awful. Like they're punching kids at school and they're not eating what we're making them. And it's like I don't know what to do. And it's like it's great to hear that. And it's great to see like these people be really honest about how hard this is. Yeah. And it's great to also see the people who are setting these like kids and these parents up, because it's like like this is how it is. Like and they're a good like guiding light for them. Also. I think, and I'd say the story's really good, but also how I'd say a positive within the story is how respectful they are to the entire process. Like it doesn't glamorize it, it doesn't demonize it either. It's just like it shows it as honest to like this is the workings of life, and there isn't a clear path, and it's going to be hard, but it's worth it because these kids are worth it. And it talks a lot. It really focuses on like how teenagers don't get adopted and like that, and there's reasons why they don't. Not saying good or bad, it's just they are almost established people, or they're close to the age, so they're going to act like it, and that's going to be really difficult. But as a negative, I'd say that it is a comedy, and that's why when I first saw the trailer I was like, it looked like Stepdads 3 or whatever, and I was like, I'm not here for this. And there's one character in particular that is like trying to be like not us, but like the bad thoughts that we have when it comes to like us not wanting to like adopt kids, or that maybe that's not our path. And he like just brings those to light and he mentions them out loud. Those could be handled a little bit better, or make them more comedic, or make it come out a different actor. It's a troublesome area, but it gets the characters where they need to be, so I can kind of accept it. And he's not in the movie a lot, so it's like, but it is when you hear it, you're like, I get what you're trying to say, because you're trying to. You're just trying to make sure that these parents are going to stay foster parents, but it's you could do it a little bit better. Yeah. But overall, I'd say, what did I come up with a rating? 5.
So because there's 5 people, they adopt 3 kids, so there's 5 people in the family total. So out of 5, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 4. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4.1 out of 5. Also, really want to give a shout out. I think we have a picture of Mark Wahlberg and the son in the movie. Because each of the kids they kind of take up the different characteristics you usually think of when it comes to foster kids. You have the youngest daughter who's just so much energy, it's insane. And then the middle son, he's just spaced out. He's just always like, he's spaced out, and whenever he messes up, he just apologizes profusely. And it's like, it's okay, but we just need you to focus up. And then, and like the oldest daughter, she's just rebellious, but also she loves her siblings. Like she loves them a lot, and it's cool to see the way this movie tackles all the different angles of what it's like to be a foster parent. So I highly recommend it.
Right now, the Rotten Tomatoes on it, there's no consensus yet. Currently, as of this recording, it's 72% all critics, 78% top critics.
Yeah, I'd give it like a B, a solid B or B plus.
So 4 out of 5, like you said. So what would be on the box?
What's on the box? For me, I'd say loved it. Will cry again.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, give it a chance.
Yeah, hey, give it a chance.
Just like these orphan kids, give it a chance.
Better than you think.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd call it, though, honestly, I call it the surprise gem of the fall. I think it's a good movie. It's a good hearty movie that we've talked about. We have reviews up on the channel of Fantastic Beasts and Widows and Instant Family. All these movies are coming out on the same day, so I can understand why it's buried. But if you're not feeling a heist movie, you should still see Widows. And if you're not feeling like the magic, kind of like more blockbuster movie, and you want something that's more simple, it's like, I don't need to know anything going into this, and it's lighter while still having serious.
Good to take younger people too?
Oh yeah, no, cool. It's good for younger people, and it's good for couples. It's a good date night movie, and boy, if you want a movie that's gonna really stir those emotions up, this one's gonna do it for you. I like a good movie that can let out a good cry every once in a while. It's a very magical film.
All right, so that is instant family. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, or whether this review swayed your opinion and made you want to go see it. Please like and subscribe and share this video so we can keep doing more of them. Please go to patreon.com/onlystupidanswers, because that's where we all do all the great bonus content, like our comic book shows, Super TV Showdown, all of that fun stuff. And you can go to onlystupidanswers.com for more on our podcast and everything else we do.
Yeah, merch. There's some merch. If you're watching on YouTube, there's like merch.
Snap, and more to come.
They're down here. Also, if you hit like the card up there, we got a t-shirt up here. I'm not really sure how all this magic works exactly, but you can check out our Fantastic Beast review.
Hey! Magic.